All right, let's finish this series up. Part 3. When you go to the genealogy of Christ, Yahushua, in Luke chapter 3, it gives you the chosen line of men from Adam up to Christ that are called the sons of God. Let's look at it. Luke 3:23. And Jesus, Yahushua, himself began to be about 30 years of age, being, as was supposed, the son of Joseph, which was the son of Heli, which was the son of Mathat, which was the son of Levi, which was the son of Melchi, which was the son of Jonah, which was the son of Joseph. Now, it started at Christ, Yahushua, and is going backwards towards Adam. Now, I'm not going to read every name, but as you go through this genealogy, it's going to take you back through King David all the way back to the time of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob in verse 34. But none of those men were alive during the time of the flood. So let's go down to verse 36. Now, all these men that I'm going to read about now in this lineage was alive before the flood. Verse 36, it says, which was the son of Canaan, which was the son of Arphaxad, which was the son of Shem, which was the son of Noah, which was the son of Lamech, which was the son of Methuselah, which was the son of Enoch, which was the son of Jared, which was the son of Melaleel, which was the son of Canaan, which was the son of Enos, which was the son of Seth, which was the son of Adam, which was the son of God. So what did we just see? If Adam was called the son of God, and all these men that we just read about descended from Adam, that would make these men the sons of God. And these men were alive in the days of Noah before the flood came. I hope you see that. Adam was the son of God. His chosen line became the sons of God. Now, you also had the children of Cain and all of his descendants from that wicked line on earth also. Genesis 4:17. And Cain knew his wife, and she conceived and bare Enoch. And he built a city and called the name of the city after the name of his son, Enoch. And of course, this is a different Enoch. Now, this is Cain's line, verse 18. And unto Enoch was born Irad. And Irad begot Mehujael, and Mehujael begot Methusael, and Methusael begot Lamech, so on and so on. So the line of Cain was multiplying on the earth also. And the women that came from his line, from Cain's line, are the daughters of men. Let's prove it. See, Cain and his descendants were not called the children of God. They were the children of the devil. 1 John 3:10. It says, in this the children of God are manifest, and the children of the devil. Whosoever doeth not righteousness is not of the Most High, neither he that loveth not his brother. Did Cain love his brother? No, he killed Abel. Verse 11. For this is the message that ye have heard from the beginning, that we shall love one another. Here's the verse. Verse 12, not as Cain, who was of that wicked one. See, Cain was of the devil. His lineage was of the devil. They were not the children of God. They were the children of men. That's why the women of Cain's line were called the daughters of men. And you have to understand, Cain's line grew to be a multitude of people before the flood came. Remember, Cain was Adam's first physical son, and there was roughly about 1,500 years between the birth of Cain and the time of the flood. That's a lot of time for a line of people to multiply on earth. Now that we got that clear, let me explain what actually happened in Genesis. The chosen line of men, Adam's line, known as the sons of God, they began to look at the daughters of men, the women of Cain's line, the ones who were pleasing to the eye, and they started to desire them. And eventually, they began to intermingle and marry them. And if you know the scriptures, you know that the Most High always forbids his chosen people from intermingling with other people. There's many cases of that in the Bible. We'll look at one of them in Deuteronomy chapter 7, verses 1 through 4. It says, "When the Lord thy God shall bring thee into the land whither thou goest to possess it, and have cast out many nations before thee, the Hittites and the Girgashites and the Amorites and the Canaanites and the Perizzites and the Hivites and the Jebusites, 7 nations greater and mightier than thou. And when the Lord thy God shall deliver them before thee, thou shalt smite them and utterly destroy them. Thou shalt make no covenant with them, nor show mercy unto them." Listen to verse 3. "Neither shalt thou make marriages with them. Thy daughter thou shalt not give unto his son, nor his daughter shalt thou take unto thy son." Why? Verse 4. "For they will turn away thy son from following me, that they may serve other gods. So will the anger of the Lord be kindled against you and destroy thee suddenly." Now that's exactly what happened in Genesis chapter 6. They started intermingling with these other people. The anger of the Lord rose up and he destroyed them suddenly with the flood. That's what happened. This has nothing at all to do with angels. Now let's go down to verse 4 in Genesis chapter 6. Let's get some clarity. It says, "There were giants in the earth in those days." When was there giants in the earth? In what days? The answer is back in verse 1. It says, "And it came to pass when men began to multiply on the face of the earth, and daughters were born unto them." When this was happening, there were giants on the earth. During the time when people were multiplying on the earth and daughters were being born unto them, while this was going on, there were already giants in the earth. That's why verse 4 says, "There were giants in the earth in those days." Then it says, "And also after that, when the sons of God came in unto the daughters of men, and they bare children to them." Do you see that? Giants were on the earth before and after the sons of God had sex with the daughters of men. The mention of giants is totally separate from the sons of God having sex, because the giants were already there. Now it's going to explain what happened when the sons of God had sex with the daughters of men. It says, "When the sons of God came in unto the daughters of men, and they bare children to them." Now it's going to describe these children. "The same became mighty men, which were of old, men of renown." Now look at that. It doesn't say these children became 450 feet tall giants like the book of Enoch says. It doesn't say they became giants at all. It says these children became mighty men, which were of old, men of renown. So what does that mean in the Bible? Let's deal with the mighty men part first. We're going to look it up in the Hebrew. This is mighty men. It's number 1368, and it's the Hebrew word gabar, and it means strong, mighty, strong man, brave man, mighty man. So all it means is that these children grew up to be strong men, brave men, and mighty men. These were regular men, but because of their warrior-like nature, they were called mighty men. Here's an example in the scriptures. 2 Samuel 10 and 7. "And when David heard of it, he sent Joab and all the hosts of the mighty men." So David had an army full of mighty men. Was this an army full of giants? No. These were warrior-like men. Let me show you. 2 Samuel 23 and 8. "These be the names of the mighty men whom David had. The Tachmonite that sat in the seat, chief among the captains. The same was Adino, the Eznite. He lifted up his spear against 800, whom he slew at one time. So this man Adino, he used a spear and killed 800 men by himself in a battle. He was a mighty man, and that's all it means in Genesis 6 and 4. These children grew up and became skillful fighters. Now it also says they were men of renown. Let's look at that in the Hebrew. This is the word renown. It's number 8034, and it's the Hebrew word shem, which means name, reputation, fame, glory. So this is talking about being popular, having a reputation, being famous. Let me show you that in the scripture. We're going to look at 2 Samuel 17 and 10. This is when Absalom wanted to kill his father, King David. This is what David's friend said to Absalom about King David. 2 Samuel 17 and 10. And he also that is valiant, whose heart is as the heart of a lion, shall utterly melt. For all Israel knoweth that thy father is a mighty man. See, all Israel knew that King David was a mighty man. He was a man of renown, meaning he had made a name for himself. He had a reputation of being a warrior. Look at this. 1 Samuel 18 and 5. And David went out whithersoever Saul sent him, and behaved himself wisely. And Saul set him over the men of war. And he, talking about David, and he was accepted in the sight of all the people, and also in the sight of all Saul's servants. See, everybody loved David. Verse 6. And it came to pass as they came, when David was returned from the slaughter of the Philistine, that the women came out of all the cities of Israel, singing and dancing to meet King Saul, with tabrets, with joy, and with instruments of music. Now it says here that they came to meet King Saul, but that's because David was with Saul. Watch, let's see what these women said when they got there. Verse 7. And the women answered one another as they played, and said, Saul hath slain his thousands, and David his 10,000s. See, David was famous. He was a man of renown. That's what Genesis 6 and 4 is talking about. Those children grew up to be warriors. They were men of renown. They were well known during that time. They were not 450 feet tall giants or the offspring of angels. They were regular men who were famous for killing. That's why when you read verse 5, it says, And the Most High saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth. It was men being wicked, not the angels. Then it says, And that every imagination of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually. Verse 6. And it repented the Lord that he had made man on the earth. See, the scriptures keep telling you over and over, man, man, man. But people want to make it say angels. If it was talking about angels, then it would have said, And it repented the Lord that he had made angels in heaven. But it doesn't say that, because this has nothing to do with angels. This is talking about men. Look at verse 7. And the Lord said, I will destroy man. It's ridiculous. Once again, he's upset with men, not angels. It says, I will destroy man whom I have created from the face of the earth. So I ask you again for the last time. If this sin took place between angels and women, why would the Most High destroy all these men? That makes no sense. And if you're honest, you know that makes no sense. So that's it. I mean, the scriptures prove that the sons of God in Genesis 6 and 4 were not angels. They were men. The chosen line from Adam who decided to mix with the daughters of men. That's it. So here's the conclusion of it all. Since the sons of God are men and not angels, that means angels never have sex with women, and now you got to drop that doctrine of fallen angels also. And with that, I say, Shalom.